What's happening everyone, Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV, back once again with another video. Now, news come out of a consortium, put a bid in for West Ham. David Sullivan turned around and said, look, they never provided proof of funds, not a serious bid. There's more interested in property rather than the football club, which I believe is quite ironic when you think about what's happened over the past few years. There's been a response today, and basically, Philip Beard, I'll read you the statement in a second, has basically called David Sullivan a liar. The statement reads, in response to David Sullivan's comments about the nature and value of the bid put forward by the consortium, I can confirm that a formal offer was made, which was in fact the figure that David Sullivan had initially asked for. So he'd been asking for a certain amount of money, and the consortium come forward with it. Our city lawyers were instructed, and David Sullivan was provided with a proof of funds. We remain committed to pursuing opportunities to purchase the club. We have been actively working on this for over 6 months and have a strong vision for the club, the London Stadium and its place within the Olympic Park as a whole. It is backed by prominent personalities in sport as well as West Ham legends who love the club and want to play a role in its development. We wholeheartedly welcome their support and hope that we will together have the opportunity to deliver the project that we have planned. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to build West Ham United into a Londoners club of global importance as a key part of the broader legacy being delivered at Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. The fans of and all of London deserve this. It is not my intention to engage in a public debate on the comments made by David Sullivan last week, but upon advice, it is necessary to correct unhelpful and inaccurate statements. The current owners of West Ham United made a controversial commercial decision to move the club from its historic home at Upton Park to the London Stadium in Stratford. In my assessment and that of the consortium that I represent, that move is not fulfilling the needs of the club, its loyal fan base or the local community. There is a lot that can be done to improve the experience for all fans and visitors to the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. Now, they are pretty damning words. He's basically turning around and saying, look, you're lying. We did provide you with proof of funds. You asked for a certain amount of money, and we give you that. Personally, I think it's to heighten the discontent between the fan base and the owners. We all know that, you know, a lot of the fan base want the owners gone. They don't feel like they can fulfil the needs of the football club. They don't feel like they can push us forward any further. They've moved us from Upton Park to the Olympic Stadium to move the club forward. And although we have got European football this year, it is in no part to them, in my opinion. We played very well. We was lucky with injuries. We was an injury or two away from absolute disaster at points in the season, which never came. We've got a good side, and I will give credit where credit's due. We've got a good side, but we haven't got a good squad, and we haven't got a strong enough squad. We're no closer to bringing any players in that I know of to sort of counteract them losses in the squad. You know, Haller needed replacing last year. We got Lingard in on loan, but again, robbing from Peter to pay Paul, because Lingard is no longer with us. As I said before, we need to spend £30 million to get Lingard in to even stand still. It does not seem that they've got the intention or the funds to be able to do that. With European football on the horizon, which I'm pretty sure that they didn't want to get, but with European football on the horizon, it's going to be a long season, and we're going to need squad players and, you know, people to fill boots of quality and not just quantity. I've cut the wage bill by a hell of a lot, but the consortium seems intent on pursuing this deal still. You know, both stories are out there now, both sides of the stories are out there. It's just to see whether David Sullivan bows to the pressure and more pressure is put on him by the fans, and I think that's what Philip Beard's tactic is, you know, let the fans know what's really going on. Don't let David Sullivan, because we've all seen this. Like, this is my opinion, and I'm not trying to sway anyone's opinion, but I know what side I believe, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying Philip Beard's the saviour of West Ham United, far from it. He didn't do that well with QPR, if I remember correctly. But what it does do is it starts to put David Sullivan's reputation once again in the firing line, because he's asked for money, they've provided the money. He's lying, in the words of Philip Beard, not myself, but he's lying and saying, look, he said they didn't provide proof of funds. We did provide proof of funds. And with his history, think back to William Carvalho, for instance, I know what win I believe. But that's up for you to decide. Let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you believe? Philip Beard? David Sullivan? Let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, we're a couple of weeks away now from the start of the season. We'll be at the Atlanta game, and we'll be bringing back the fan cams and everything else. But before that, if you enjoy Friday Night Pint Live, come down with us. It's going to be like an hour and a half on stage of us doing a Friday Night Pint Live. questions from the audience, getting involved, and then we're going to pack everything away and we're going to have a good old drink and a knees up with you, Cockney style. One little thing left to say, come on you Irons.